Good morning, everybody. A beautiful spring day on the way here in central Ohio. We'll see a mix of sun and clouds. Temperatures will be in the mid-70s, but we do have changes headed our way. We're talking about some rain showers, a cool down, and then it looks like the potential for some storminess. So let's go through it all. It's in the Weather Geek report here today, and it begins with a look at rainfall over the last 48 hours. Of course, we've been talking about it on the weather, the extreme flooding down across Texas. This area has picked up unbelievable amounts of rain. We're in this purple shade here if you go with the chart. So that takes us up, oh my goodness, we're talking about almost 10, 11 inches of rain, and it's right in this area here. So that's what we're talking about. A lot of rain coming down across southern parts of Texas, mainly around the Houston area. Kind of interesting though, we could use some rain here in central Ohio. Let's take a look at rainfall here over the last 7 days. And we have had no rain. The last measurable rain here in Columbus was just over an inch on the 11th, 1.05 inches. That happened on the 11th. Remember how soggy it was out there? It really came down. But since then, we have cleared out and we've had a string of beautiful weather. I mean, remember we went a couple, 2-3 days with no clouds in the sky, which is pretty unusual for this time of year. Now let's talk about the potential for severe weather. It looks like the immediate risk will be down south. For today, it's going to be right down here across parts of Texas, clip in Oklahoma into Arkansas and the northwest corner of Louisiana. There will be some thunderstorms that sneak a little bit farther north up into Missouri, Illinois, maybe into western parts of Indiana. Now, we fast forward to the day on Thursday, and still the severe weather remains south, but you can't help but notice that risk for thunderstorms, just general thunderstorms, up into western Ohio. And some of the high-resolution models are hinting some storms could break out Thursday afternoon northwest of Columbus between here and let's say Findlay, Bell Fountain, maybe up to around the Toledo and Fort Wayne area. That is on Thursday. So the hour-by-hour forecast goes this way. Here we are during the day on Thursday, 70% chance of rain. The front, the cold front's coming right through the middle part of the country. It's going to bring chillier air as we head into the weekend. That's what's behind it here. But out ahead, there are going to be those showers and even the potential for some storms. So right here, this is what we're looking at during the afternoon hours on Thursday. Now, right now, it looks like the rain's going to be pretty scattered. Not everybody's going to get it. And if you do, we're talking about generally light rain between 1/10 and 1/4 of an inch. We could actually use a little bit more. That's what we're looking at. Let's look at the long range model now. This will look at temperatures, and I mentioned it's going to cool down a little bit. Initially, it looked like we were going to drop well back into the mid 60s. I still think we'll see some 60s in here behind this front, but now I don't think it's going to be as cool as we head into the weekend. So there's Saturday at 69. Bouncing right back up to 77 though on Sunday, at least according to the GEFS ensemble. So that's quite a warm-up once again. Let's look ahead here, first beginning with the weekend. I think we're in the 60s, most likely here across central Ohio. We're talking about anywhere from 65 to about 70 degrees. What we're looking at here, this is the ensemble. I'll be showing this quite often here. This is looking at the temperatures compared to average. So here we are, just to kind of explain, these numbers here and these colors are below average, hence the blue and even a little bit of green across Ohio. Go up the other direction, these temperatures and the corresponding numbers there are degrees above average. So you're talking about that bright red and orange you see back west. Those are temperatures that are about 10 to 15 degrees above average. So that's the weekend. What can we expect next week with temperatures? Well, let's take a look at it. Here we are on Monday. According to the GFS, it's really going to warm up. So this area right here through Ohio, Indiana, all the way back across Illinois and farther west will be above average. Going to feel like summer again, kind of like what we saw earlier this week. Remember, we were at 80 degrees on Sunday and 81 for a high temperature on Monday. All right, let's go ahead to the day on Tuesday. Again, very, very warm. So if this model's correct, I mean, we're going gangbusters with the heat, very summer-like here with temperatures. Again, there we are. And then look up here. So we're, in this range right here. So we're 15 degrees above average. So if we should be at 65, that's our average high, we're going to be looking at temperatures that could approach 80 degrees. Now there's going to be a frontal boundary that kind of moves into the area, and that's going to be key to our weather forecast for next week. Now I think there's a potential we could have a severe weather outbreak across the middle section of the country. Because what we're looking at here, this is the convective available potential energy, or the CAPE, which basically says how much energy is out there for the atmosphere to work with. It's very high across Illinois, Missouri, down into Oklahoma and Texas. And you'll notice, even here in Ohio, let's look at the numbers here. It's pretty high. So here we are sitting in the yellow. That means we're at about 2,000 joules per kilogram, which means we have the potential for severe storms. It's something we're going to want to watch beginning about next Tuesday or Wednesday if the GFS computer model is correct. And being a weather geek, as you now are because you watched this video, we will want to keep checking back. We'll monitor this, and I'll have an update for you this afternoon. Make it a great Wednesday, everybody.